Hello everyone! In today's video we are going to take a look at a mysterious object which has been a hot topic of debate and contention in the UFO community in the last few weeks. That is the famous 3I/Atlas object. The object was discovered on the 1st of July this year by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System Station, ATLAS for short, located in Rio Hurtado in Chile. At this time, the object was observed at a distance of 670 million kilometers away from the Sun, or 4.5 astronomical units. Its initial designation was A11PL3Z, which funnily enough slightly resembles Alien Please, an emote used on the streaming platform Twitch and depicting a dancing green humanoid alien. About the object itself, given its hyperbolic orbit, it is deemed to be interstellar in origin, and it approaches the Sun at what to us is a massive speed of approximately 60 km per second. There is a lot of unknowns about the object. The initial estimations of its size seemed larger than they are today, and our current best estimate says it stands at between 0.32 and 5.6 kilometers, with its most likely diameter being slightly smaller than 1 kilometer. By now the object has entered the inner solar system and is still heading towards the Sun. It is going to reach the perihelion, or the closest distance to our host star, on the 29th of October, at a distance of 1.36 astronomical units from the Sun. This means that it is going to be 36% farther away from the star than we are at any point in time. The astronomers have designated it as a comet hurtling through space, with its possible point of origin being somewhere in the Milky Way's thick disk, formed by the older generations of stars, putting the tentative age of the object at 7+ billion years. So, all of this begs the question, what does 3I/Atlas have to do with UFOs? To answer this question, we have to first recall a somewhat similar object called Oumuamua, first observed in 2017, which also made a flyby fairly close to the Sun. Back then, it became a subject of intense speculation that it could have been an alien probe or a ship, masked or cloaked as a rocky interstellar visitor. There were some anomalies in the behavior of Oumuamua which have never been fully accounted for. Is this the case with 3I/Atlas too? So far the answer is at least partially yes. Despite the object having a lot of characteristics matching those of a comet, it is by now flying close enough to the Sun for it to start releasing gases and having formed the telltale tail, a beautiful feature of those visitors enjoyed by amateur and professional astronomers and public alike. Because of stellar winds and the motion itself, a regular comet has a tail oriented away from the Sun. The issue with 3I/Atlas is that whatever meager gas emissions it has, they initially seem to be oriented towards the Sun rather than away from it. The newest, boldest speculation that I have read about regarding its behavior states that it could theoretically be a kinetic shield mechanism in action. Another anomaly with the object is that it is very nicely aligned with the ecliptic, or the orbital planes of planets in the solar system. The object's orbit fits into that description within 5 degrees, which is highly unusual for a flyby of an interstellar object of this kind. Along this trajectory, it is actually Mars that will be the closest approach planet, and 3I/Atlas is going to pass by it at a distance of 0.19 astronomical units, or just 28 million kilometers, followed by the 0.65 astronomical unit approach to Venus on the 3rd of November, and 0.36 astronomical unit distance to Jupiter on 16th of March 2026. The closest distance to Earth will be 1.8 astronomical units, or 269 million kilometers, on the 19th of December. The speculation regarding its possible technological origin was fueled by a statement made by Avi Loeb, a professor of astronomy at the Harvard University and other researchers of the Initiative for Interstellar Studies, who published a paper on 16th of July in which they speculate that the object may be an interstellar spacecraft, following an analogous statement by Loeb regarding the aforementioned Oumuamua. And while Professor Loeb and his team underlined and stressed the fact that this is most likely a comet, they added that the claim of interstellar visitors is a speculation, especially at this stage. But it was caught by the media and spun out of proportions, and the media started claiming anything from an alien visitation to an outright alien invasion inbound towards the Earth. This is what the scientists say, and there have been even wilder claims in the more fringe parts of the UFO community. Some people claim that once 3I Atlas approaches the Sun and becomes shielded from the direct field of view from the Earth, it is going to be slingshot and hurled towards the Earth, potentially triggering a cataclysm leading to a planetary reset. There is no evidence, let alone proof, hinting that this may be the case though. While the object is fascinating and unusual, we have seen nothing so far that would be a clear indication of any artificial course correction or the likes. Secondly, the size of the object would not be anywhere near enough to cause a planetary scale civilization reset. An object of this size hitting the Earth could cause untold damage, that much is certain, but would not be enough to wipe humanity out, at least by an order of magnitude, assuming the 1 kilometer size we already talked about. As the object nears our local neighborhood, so to say, it is continued to be monitored by astronomers, scientists, media, and UFO enthusiasts alike. And while there is no proof of it being an artificial object thus far, we are all curious to see if anything in its behavior changes when it reaches the closest distance to us and the Sun. Expect the 3I/Atlas to be a hot news topic in the coming weeks then, and I will be happy to cover any news on the channel. What do you think of 3I Atlas, dear viewers? Is it really an alien probe sent to see what is going on in the solar system? Or maybe it is a warning sign from the aliens? Or is it just a rock like many of them flying around before and like many of which will come in the future? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching this video, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you soon in the next one. Take care.